Hello students, let me introduce you to statement patterns today. Now suppose P, Q, R, etc. are simple statements. A compound statement obtained from these simple statements by using one or more of the connectives, that is and, or, if then, if and only if, and not, is called a statement pattern. In other words, a compound statement is nothing but a statement pattern. For example, as you can see over here, P or Q, that is if P or Q, then R, P and Q and R, not P or Q. These are all examples of statement patterns. Certain points to keep in mind while writing the truth table for a statement pattern. First one, if a statement pattern involves n component statements, P, Q, R, etc., then because each of P, Q, R has two truth values, namely T and F, the truth table of the statement pattern will have 2 raised to n rows. For example, in a statement pattern, suppose the component statements are P and Q, then n is equal to 2, so the number of rows would be 2 raised to 2, that is 2 square, that is 4 rows. On the other hand, if a statement pattern has P, Q, R as the component statements, then it will have 2 raised to 3, that is 8 rows. If the statement pattern contains m connectives, the number of connectives is m and the number of component statements is n, then the truth table will have m plus n columns. This will become more clearer to you as we do certain sums. Similarly, parentheses, that is brackets, must be used wherever necessary. You can see in the example given here how putting a bracket makes all the difference in a statement pattern. Before going on to the problems, it will be easier if you can learn this particular table. It contains the final columns of all the truth tables of all the connectives that you have come across. The question here is, prepare truth tables for the following statement patterns. The first one, if P, then not P or Q. Now as you can see here, the particular statement pattern contains two statements, that is P and Q. Thus the number of rows are going to be 2 square, that is 4 rows will be there in the table. Similarly, it contains 3 connectives, if then, not and or. Thus there are 3 connectives and therefore the number of columns are going to be 2 plus 3, that is 5. So as you can observe over here. Now what are you going to include in those rows and columns? You are going to include P, Q and then not P and then the bracket, that is not P or Q, and then at last you are going to write the entire question, that is if P, then not P or Q. And then initially write the truth values for P. P is going to come true twice and false twice depending upon what is Q. And therefore for P, always when P and Q only are there in the statement pattern, always the column for P will be same, that is T, T, F, F. If you can remember this, it will help you to draw a truth table much more faster. What about Q? Q again will have 2 values true and 2 values false depending upon the values for P. Therefore, Q will be T, F, T, F, as you can see over here. Now these 2 columns are going to remain the same in all the sums which involve only P, and Q. Now we come to the third column, that is not P. Remember that whatever values for P are there, not P will have exactly the opposite values. Thus, not P is going to be false, false, true, true. F, F, T, T, depending upon what is there for P. I hope you understood this. Now we come to the next one, the bracket, that is not P or Q. Now for finding out what is the truth value for not P or Q, you are going to observe only those two columns. That is, you are going to observe, take into consideration only not P and Q, the columns for not P and Q. Thus, we are not going to observe P for now. We are going to observe only not P or Q. So, the first one, false or true, that is true. False or false, false. True or true, true. And true or false, true. In the same order, that is in the order of not P or Q. Then the last column, that is the entire value. Again here, we are only going to consider two columns. We are going to consider the column for P and the column for not P or Q. That is the first one, and the fourth column is what we are going to consider while writing the truth values for the last column. Thus here, let us not consider Q and not P for now. Thus we have if true, then true, that is true. If true, then false, that is false. If false, then true, true. If false, then true, true. As you see, learning those truth tables would have been much more easier for you to understand the whole thing. Thus, the entire sum comes out in the following manner. The second question, that is not P or Q and not P or not Q. Notice that the brackets have been put in the appropriate places. Here again, there are two statements, that is P and Q. So, the number of rows are going to be 2 square, that is 4 rows are going to be there. Now, the number of connectives are 5 because we are not going to consider not P which has come double times. We are only going to consider it once, and therefore the number of connectives are 5. So the number of columns are going to be 2 plus 5, that is 7, like so. What are the components of the rows and columns? So we are going to write P, Q as we did in the previous sum. We need not P, so we are going to write not P. Similarly, we need not Q, and then the first bracket not P or Q, then the second bracket not P or not Q, and then the entire statement is going to be written. The truth values, as usual, the first one, that is P, true, true, false, false, TTFF, Q, TF, TF, depending upon P, not P, F, F, T, T, and not Q, F, T, F, T. Now for the next part, not P or Q, we need only those columns. So let us just consider only those columns for now. So not P or Q. False or true, true. False or false is false. True or true is true. And true or false is false. The next column, the next bracket, that is, we need only the columns for not P or not Q. We have to consider only those two columns. So therefore, let us do this now. So not P or not Q. False or false, false. False or true, true. True or false is true. And true or true is true. Now for the last column, we have to consider only the fifth and the sixth columns. Therefore, let us consider that. So true and false, false, false and true, false, true and true, true, true and true, true. The entire sum we are going to write in this way. As you can see in the next question, there are three component statements P, Q and R, and therefore the number of rows are going to be 2 cube, that is 8 rows. And as there are 4 connectives, the number of columns would be 7. Thus, the truth table is going to have P, Q, R according to the question, not Q, the first bracket that is P and R, the second bracket that is P or not Q, and the last column is going to be the entire question. Now the truth values for P. In this case, since there are 3 component statements, the truth values of P are going to be 4 values T and 4 values false F. Now this is going to be standard for all the questions involving 3 component statements. So you can learn this and keep it in mind. What about Q? Q is going to have 2 values true, 2 false, again 2 true and 2 false. This is going to be standard. R would be alternately true, false, true, false, true, false, true, false. Now these are values which are going to be repeated for every sum of this kind involving 3 component statements. Not Q, as usual, not Q is going to be whatever is not Q. That is, if Q is true, not Q would be false and so on and so forth. Then for the next column, that is P and R, we are going to consider only P and R values. Thus, we don't need the other values. As of now, we will not consider them. So true and true, true, true and false, false, true and true, true, true and false, false, false and true, false, false and false, false, false and true, false, and again false and false, false. For the next column, that is P or not Q, we need to consider only the columns for P and the column for not Q. Thus the other columns for now we will not be considering. Thus we get the values as true or false, true, true or false again true, true or true, true, true or true, true, false or false, false, false or false, false, false or true, true, false or true, true. As you have guessed by now, the last column, for the last column, we need only the fifth and the sixth columns. And thus the other values we are not going to consider for now. So thus we have, if true then true is true, if false then true is true, if true then true is true, if false then true is true, if false then false is again true, if false then false is true, if false then true is true, and if false then true is true. So all the values of the last column are coming out to be true, and the entire truth table, once you draw it, would look this way. The next sum, I will not be explaining anything to you. I will just be giving you some clues you can guess in your mind as to what are the values going to be. First of all, see how many component statements are there. See how many connectives are there. Accordingly, form in your mind the number of rows and the number of columns. See if this is correct, if this is what you got in your mind. Then as usual, the values for P, the values for Q, the values for R and not R. Again, for P and Q, we need to consider only those two columns, that is P and Q. Thus, we will not consider the remaining and we'll get the truth values for P and Q. Similarly, the last column, that is P and Q or not are, we are going to consider only those two appropriate columns. And thus we get the truth values for the last column. And the entire truth table would look like this. An assignment for you as usual. Take the trouble of writing all these sums in the notebook and practicing them and getting the concept thorough in the mind. In the next lecture, we are going to go through logical equivalence, which is something of an extension of these truth tables or the statement patterns which you have learnt. So till then, keep safe, keep healthy. Bye students.